The Russian invasion of Ukraine has been getting more brutal day by day. Russia has been carrying out targeted airstrikes on Ukraine, thereby murdering hundreds of people and wounding an additional 1,000. On 23rd March, just a few days ago, a 500 kg bomb hit the Mariupol, resulting in the death of 300 people. It's been the deadliest attack up till now, and the building was split in two and left in ruins. Amongst all this, one woman survived, and today we're going to learn her story. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We hope you're doing well. Today we're presenting to you a heartbreaking story of resilience and strength. In these difficult times, stick around till the end so we can all learn from her, and if you want more inspiring stories like this, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated. The Mariupol Theater. The Mariupol is a strategically important port city, and throughout the war it's remained under attack. The Mariupol Theater was a grand Soviet-era building, sheltering thousands of women and children who had fled from their homes in the besieged southern Ukrainian city. Some of these people were hiding in the underground bunker, aka the bomb shelter. Others were gathering in the overcrowded corridors or its overground floors. Sky News also shared that many pregnant women rescued from a hospital nearby were also seeking shelter in the theater. With so many civilians present inside, protection was needed, and they needed to ward off all potential attacks. For the reason, the civilians had printed the word children in Russian in huge white letters on the ground outside. Unfortunately, that was not enough for them. The Russians still attacked, and only one woman survived. Who is Maria Rodionova? The surviving woman is Maria Rodionova, a 27-year-old teacher. She's been living in the theater along with other civilians. 10 days ago, Maria had fled to her apartment building with her two dogs, hoping to seek shelter in the Mariupol theater. She was camped near the stage of an auditorium, somewhere at the back of the building. Early that morning, she had gone to the kitchen for scraps for her dogs when she realized she was thirsty. Exactly at 10 o'clock, she then tied her dogs next to her luggage and then went towards the main entrance, where there was a queue for people who wanted hot water. And then the bomb fell. There was a sudden thunderous sound, and then the screeching sound of broken glass. A man rushed from somewhere behind, pushing her towards the wall so that he could protect her with his own body. The blast from the bomb was so loud that an intense pain erupted in one of her ears. It was so bad that she felt like her eardrums had split. But then she realized that it hadn't, because she could hear the screams of the people around her. They were screaming here and there. It was everywhere. The force from the blast threw a man against a window, making him fall, covering his entire face with broken glass. Another woman who was wounded on her head tried to get up to help him, but Maria, who had been volunteering for the Ukrainian Red Cross, came to her senses and told her to stop. She narrates that she said, "Wait, don't touch him. I'll bring my first aid kit and I'll help you both." But after saying that, she realized that her kit was inside, and that part of the theater had collapsed. "There was only rubble," she said. "It was impossible to get in. For 2 hours I couldn't do anything. I just stayed there. I was in shock." Another 27-year-old locksmith recalls that he had gone inside the building early in the morning, hoping to meet his friends. But he too managed to survive because he was at the main entrance when the explosion happened. After that, he rushed into the basement, and 10 minutes later, the building erupted with fire. Terrible things were happening, he said. He then narrates that he saw plenty of wounded people. Some of them were bleeding while others had more severe fracture wounds. He quotes, "One mother was trying to find her kids under the rubble. A 5-year-old kid was screaming, 'I don't want to die.' It was heartbreaking." According to the Mackenzie Intelligence Services, it seems to have been just one bomb that fell on the theater and created all that destruction. They then quoted, "Due to the missile appearing to accurately hit the center of the building, we believe it is a laser-guided bomb, likely the KAB-500L, or similar variant launched from an aircraft." The group also reports that from the accuracy of the strike, we can tell that the theater was the chosen target. Satellite imagery also shows that the word children is clearly visible on the lawn, especially to any bomber looking for potential targets. What is the KAB-500L? The KAB-500L is a laser-guided bomb that was created by the Soviet Air Force back in 1975. However, long after the collapse of the Soviet Union, the bomb has remained in service. It's been fitted with a semi-active laser seeker and guidance fins, turning it into an unpowered guided bomb that weighs 525 kilograms and has a length of 3.05 meters. 50% of its total weight is considered to be highly explosive, and we can see how intense it is just by the nature of the explosion. Russian response. The Russians, as expected, deny the attack, and the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov claimed that no strikes are being made on civilian infrastructure. However, reports say otherwise. Many non-military buildings and sites have been attacked, and some of them even more brutally than the Mariupol theater. Some of them are apartment buildings, swimming pools, and even maternity hospitals. Potential war crimes being committed. Targeting civilian infrastructure like this is considered to be a war crime, and Amnesty International has spoken up about this. They said, Russia is carrying out indiscriminate attacks on civilian areas and strikes on protected objects such as hospitals. And Russian forces have used explosive weapons with wide area effects in densely populated areas. All of these might qualify as potential war crimes. The presence of Russian military planes in Mariupol. The Russian military planes have been circling Mariupol and particularly the theater ever since Wednesday morning. They had been throwing bombs in other areas like the city center, which has been seen overcome with fire and constant explosions. Maria says that she remembers military planes making circles near the theater the morning and throwing bombs somewhere else, but it was not unusual for her to spot military planes flying in the area. She had got used to their sound. The aftermath of the bomb on the Mariupol theater. The bomb caused immense destruction and chaos, with many families separated, worried for their lives and their loved ones. It took a day to just gather information and to start rescuing people. Initially, only 130 people were rescued, and it took them time to realize that more might be alive. According to Maria, there are 30 people camped in the same hall that she had been staying at. However, it was sheer luck that she managed to survive. Unfortunately, her dogs weren't as lucky as they had been tied in that area. After the blasts, she was unable to find her dogs and says, "For me, my dogs were more important than anything." Many people have started to flee the city, considering the current circumstances. Maria saw many of them and she reports that some were with their luggage. No one knew what to do, and the area was still being shelled. After the blast, as Maria too stood outside the shelter, surveying the damage, she realized that there was no point in looking for another shelter. Eventually, she left as well. She tried to stop any car that was leaving the city. People were in panic. She said no one took me in their car. She then started to walk along the coast. I needed to get out of the city. At first, she reached the village of Pishchanka. I met a woman, she said, who asked if I was okay. I started to cry. The woman then offered her tea and food and asked her to spend the night. The next morning, she kept walking until she arrived at Melikaine. After another day, she walked to Yalta and then to Berdyansk. I walked all that time, she said. Mariupol has seen the worst of Russia's aggression on Ukraine, with relentless attacks from the air and on land. When Maria initially left her apartment, she was living with her grandmother who refused to leave. She said, "It's my apartment, my home. I'm going to die here." Maria hasn't received any news from her. She's one out of the 100,000 people that were still trapped in Mariupol. Emmanuel Macron said he would speak to Putin regarding the evacuation of Mariupol's people. With that said, that's all we have for you guys today. After hearing about these atrocities, let's hope and pray that this conflict is resolved soon so that innocent people stop losing lives.